Good morning, campers. Let's do a reading. I want to do a reading today for Divine Masculine. We're going to do a reading for Divine Masculine for the month of November. What's going to happen month of November? What you're going to be going through in the month of November. So we're going to start from what's been going on in the month of October. So you know, this is your reading. So October. What was your energy in the month of October? What was your energy in the month of October? Owl. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Nice. Nice. One more for your first row. I want one more. Okay. I kind of want one more. I want to go in 4. But I'm liking this so far, to be honest. Very nice. Very nice. We have some earth energy, so some grounding energy for this collective. Owl, but we also have fire. We also have air, so quite balanced. I'm hearing with this owl that maybe in the month of October you have been listening a little bit more to your intuition. I'm also hearing signs and synchronicities, so maybe you've been seeing a lot of signs and a lot of synchronicities around you. I'm feeling more than anything just re-encouraging you, confirming that you're on the right path, you know? So but it's like you've been noticing it more. Because you guys, I always say this, signs and synchronicities more than anything, they're really just about that we are in sync with the universe, that the universe hears us and that we hear the universe, right? That we allow ourselves to be guided. Sometimes people make the mistakes of, going into too many details. What does this mean? What is the meaning of this? It just means that we're all one, that my existence is in synergy with the universe, and the universe is speaking to me. But I feel like it would have been a busy month for you, this collective. I feel like there's a lot of things that you've managed to organize. I'm hearing in your physical life as well, but maybe within yourself as well, right? That you've been doing a lot of planning, scrutiny. I'm hearing for whatever reason, but you've been doing a lot of persistent planning. I'm hearing consistency. I'm hearing maturity as well with this elk. The elk is masculine energy, but a very mature masculine energy, right? So getting your shit together. I'm hearing getting your shit together, like really organizing your life, maybe even your space a little bit. Let's do another row. And really also there's this energy of not giving up, persisting, right? Just persisting. Like let's get the show on the road. I'm hearing. Nice. Owl. We have lamb. This is, you guys, this is confirmation, because lamb is this would be a very important detail for this collective, right? Lamb does represent that energy when you listen. There's a reason I was mentioning signs and synchronicities and really listening. Lamb is a listener. Lamb is an observer. Lamb is the one that really understands the universe is speaking to me and I want to hear, right? So I always give it this example that sometimes, ultimately, right, when we go for a journey of healing and spiritual awakening, every person has the capacity to activate their clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognience, right? We're very receptive beings, right? We have the ability to hear, see, sense our guides, and to really communicate that way with the universe. But for some people it is really, really, really hard. But universe speaks to us in a variety of ways. Sometimes universe uses channels, people who are channels like myself, to deliver messages to you, right? Because as I do readings, I connect to your guides, I channel messages for you. But sometimes universe uses everyone around us as a channel without these people knowing, because it's all a chessboard. So they were showing me the situations, like literally someone, and I give this to you as an example often, you wait in line for something and people in front of you are having conversation about something, and despite the fact you don't know them and it's a random conversation, it has some sort of a hidden meaning for you. And I'm hearing that this collective, that you're so in sync with, really, you would really believe in signs and synchronicities. Maybe I'm hearing you're waiting for a sign for something, right? Like a confirmation, like we sometimes ask universe for confirmation. Watch out for that and be careful with that if that's the case for this collective, because sometimes universe really wants us to, ultimately, you guys, this journey of healing is to become our own guru. Our own guru. We cannot stay in this mindset of waiting for sign your sign, right? I'm waiting for a sign, and is this sign enough? I want another sign, and then I want to sign your sign, right? We have to become our own guru. And through this path of awakening and healing, it's beautiful to allow yourself to be guided by signs and synchronicities, allow yourself to be guided by psychic mediums, because we are here, spiritual teachers, true channels, right? I always say this to you guys. Every person has the capacity to be their own channel, to hear messages related to me, my journey, my destiny, my guides. But few people on this world, like about 5%, are awakened channels for the divine. So we have the capacity not to hear messages for ourselves only through clairs, but for you, for other people, to communicate with spirits that are not related to our life, right? To be the channel for others. And ultimately our job is to teach you to become the channel for you. So at the end of the bridge and the end of this journey, you don't need no psychic, you don't need no signs, you know things for yourself, right? And that's what it's the reason I was hearing this. Be careful, because sometimes if you ask a universe for a sign, for example, to do something or take that leap of faith, universe may want you to really know this within yourself, because when we're truly ready, we're ready. We don't need no signs, you know what I mean? But you would be very much listening. I'm hearing listening, which is very important, especially for the masculines, because for a very long time you're stubborn on this journey. You're completely like, what? All right, I don't want to listen. I don't want to see. See no evil, hear no evil. Right? There's a reason. Maybe you've seen these somewhere, or you like these, like they sometimes sell like these free. I have them in my house. Where do I have them? Where do I have them? This is weird. I just thought of this. I have them. I had like monkeys, right? Where the hell did I have them? I had these things. They make them like monkeys or elephants, like see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, right? I don't know. It just came to my mind. Now I'm going to be looking for these. Where the hell do I have them? This is weird. All right, busy bee. It's funny, when I grabbed this deck, I was seeing a bee for this collective. You would have been busy. And that's on top of that. I just heard honey as well. Maybe you like honey? Tea with honey? And that's on top of that mouse. So it's about this organization. I feel like you guys, for the right collective, month of October would have been this really, right? I'm going to organize certain things in my life. I'm going to declutter. I feel like in all areas of your life, truly. So your path, your physical space, maybe stuff related to your work. Maybe there's been certain things that you've been postponing and like procrastinating. You will be like, bum, 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 let's go in the month of October. Firefly, firefly, firefly. Another confirmation. You're on fire, my brother, right now. This collective, you're on fire. There's something that you want to achieve, and you really, it's like preparation season. Dedication, I'm hearing towards yourself, towards your path as well. And we have the hawk. Hawk is also about the signs. We have a lot of earth and we have a lot of fire. So maybe you're an earth or fire sign. Air, sorry. We have earth. Sorry. Air and earth. Air and earth. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Hawk is also about signs. It's about really it's being perceptive. It's like this month you would really, it's really amazing because I say this all the time, masculines for a very long time on this journey, you're stuck in your stubbornness. You're stuck in like being know-it-all. It's like this month, the month of October, you would really be in a state of listen. I want to listen. I want to listen and learn. So maybe I'm also like online or like a podcast, like someone who's like a spiritual teacher or someone who talks about certain things. I'm hearing as well, it may be detailed for some of you, you're feminine as well. Maybe your feminine is a spiritual teacher. But whoever is it that you're watching, confirmation, whoever is it that you're listening or watching or listening, it's like these messages hit differently. So maybe in the past you would watch this person for educational purposes. Again, I feel like it would be more than one thing. So some of you may be listening and watching to your feminine who is maybe has presence online. But I feel like also someone sort of like someone you look up to, like a spiritual teacher, or someone who maybe does what you one day want to do, talks about, growth, self-growth. So maybe you were listening this person for quite a while now, but it's like these messages hit differently. And these are confirmation, you guys, I'm blocking. It's like, I've heard this before, but now I'm ready to actually understand it. It's like you would mature to a point, like we realize that it's not life that gets easier. It's us that get better. It's the ultimate truth of life. People think that for certain things to happen, your external world has to change. You have to make more money. You have to have more time. And in reality, it is us. Through journey of healing. You know how I always say this, if you watch me, I oftentimes say this to my feminists, because Divine Feminine, as she embarks on her journey for many, many years, sometimes, it's very individual, but it happens a lot that for many years in the physical world, nothing is changing. So we're growing, we're transforming, we go through this glow up, right, on the level of self, but we are in the same apartment, we're in the same job, right, and things are just not moving in the physical world. But it oftentimes serves a purpose to prove to us that, okay, I'm surrounded by same friends, same family, same job, same, apartment, but life feels completely different because it was me that had to change, right? And you're like, maybe, I'm hearing as well, maybe you've recently rewatched a video or a podcast or an episode of someone that I don't know why I heard Brian Scott. So maybe you actually listen to Brian Scott, or maybe it's someone like Brian Scott. So, spiritual men tend to be a little bit different, obviously, because they're masculine energy, right? And Brian Scott is a beautiful proof of that. He's very spiritual. He's very awakened. He's magic. This man is magic. I love his teachings. I usually fall asleep to one of his episodes or videos. And you guys know that I often recommend his videos to you, especially the one that From Fear to Love is very powerful. So maybe you were watching me and you've watched one of his episodes, or someone similar. It's like this really spiritual, but spiritual man he's still very grounded, very logical, right? Very working with the physical plane, because this is the job of the masculine, right? So maybe you've rewatched some episode or something that you watched a while ago, but it hit differently. It's like you finally, you were ready to understand it. You were ready to understand certain things. I am hearing interior change. Maybe you're feeling that you're changing internally. I'm also hearing for some of you that maybe you've noticed how internal change is reflected externally. So maybe you were looking at your old photos. It's maybe a detail for some of you, from a year ago, from 2 years ago, and you're like, who is this man? It's like, I haven't changed, but I have. It's like, it's almost, you guys, everything external is a reflection of internal, right? So we change externally. This is why spiritual people often wonder or laugh, we age backwards. Every time we glow more and we become just better externally because we do internal work. We stop caring about this vessel. We just love it. We just love it. We want to take care of it. And it becomes an extension of our spirit, right? All right. So if that resonated, brother from another mother, let's tap into... I kind of want to quickly do, you know what I want to quickly do? What's been going on in your actual 3D life in the month of October? Let's ask that. We know more or less, like your energy, but I just want to quickly pull a couple of these. I was guided to pull a couple of these. What? Too many. Sorry. Too many. I don't like these like chunks. 4 or 5 cards. Okay, I'm hearing something specific. I want a few more. 2 more. 2 more. All right, what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? What do we have here? In their head, we have in their head, overthinking, stressed, overanalyzing. I feel like you've moved past this energy. I know we were talking about October, but we have it running. And you know what I was hearing? I was hearing like this, maybe you did a lot of overthinking in the month of October. But I think I'm hearing this, you know what? This realization that you've been running from yourself. You've been running from yourself. Maybe this collective, you are avoidant, and you guys, they say it's an attachment style, and it is an attachment style, but it really translates into anything. If someone is avoidant, you're avoiding everything. You're avoiding the truth, you're avoiding yourself, you're avoiding challenges, you're just avoidant in life, right? It's a spectrum, right? It's a spectrum, and you guys, it's coming to my mind, maybe avoidance within you was very, very severe, because a while ago, I think it was like months ago, there's not many people that I follow on TikTok, very, very few accounts, mainly dogs. And the only 2 spiritual people that I follow is my own healer and my own past forever mentor and my shadow worker when I embarked on this journey. And someone left a comment underneath her video because she was talking about avoidance, and someone left a comment. It was really funny because I usually like don't really watch all her videos. I just like see it, I just give it a like and a comment, and you know, and I scroll, but I was guided to see that comment. And there was this lady, because she was talking about, you know, also it was a love reading with avoidance and avoidant masculine. And the lady said this to her, this whole avoidance is nonsense because I am avoidant too. But when I fell in love, I overcome this, because when you really cared about someone, when you really want someone, it's really, it's stronger than you, you know, your avoidance and you not being able to like, it's BS. And I responded to this lady, I said, it just shows that you don't understand that human shadows have a spectrum. And that it just shows that you don't yet have the capacity to look beyond your own experience. Because the fact that you are avoidant, because she also mentioned that I've known few avoidant people. Listen, lady, you're avoidant and you knew 3 avoidant people. There's like what, 8 billion? There are people who are avoidant. So it's similarly with anxiety. Some people just get a little nervous, but they do it. Some people have panic attacks and they're unable to leave the house. And it's same with the avoidance. Some people will have avoidance, but then they will fall in love with someone and they will really overcome it. But in some people, it goes to a level so deep and so profound that the biggest love that they have in front of them, they're just paralyzed. They have to run away. And I feel like it may have been a case for you. Like you've realized how much you've been running from yourself, how much you've been in your head, how much you've been, you know, overthinking. And we have cyberbully. That's a bit of a weird energy, to be honest. Cyberbully and a dirty offer on top of that. There's a reason, you know, I'm telling you this story. Maybe it may be a detail just for some of you, but maybe you stood up for someone. in similar way that I just described? Like maybe you saw, when you saw a comment of someone that was like very nasty and very mean and very right, or like lacking really perspective and lacking compassion, and you decided to react. But another thing that I was hearing, to be honest, because we have that dirty offer. Another thing that I was hearing, I'm looking at these hands, it kind of looks like a bit of a Halloweenish. Maybe you like Halloween. Can you see that? I was hearing that maybe in the past, you were, because we have this reminiscing as well, and we have key on a ring, one night stand, string along. Maybe in the past, you would do online dating. Maybe in the past you would, there's a reason I'm saying in the past, because we're doing October energy, but I'm thinking that it wouldn't be in your energy anymore. I think like maybe in the past you were using these applications, like Tinder and Bumble, and that sometimes when you felt the need to like be with somebody, you would just like go on a date with someone to like hook up. And maybe recently you haven't been using these applications, and an offer pop up, or someone, I'm hearing someone that you've actually, I'm going to want to know more. We have the chaser at the bottom, and a girl with a snake. I'm telling you. Maybe someone, oof. I'm looking at the next card. I don't even want to say it. Spirit, stop it. I'm not going to say it. But I feel like this collective, you haven't been doing this for a while, but it may have popped up in October. So either through this application that you haven't been using, or maybe a person that you already saw them, they actually had your phone number and they like pop up. Hey, remember we had such a good time. Maybe we should like repeat it, right? I want more. Spirit, spill the tea. Old school, outdated thinking. What is masculine? What did he do? I want 2 more for this. I want 1 more. Screenshot. There is something. The snake. I knew it. Snake. I'm thinking few things. Remember what we said, that you were looking at your old photos and you really realized how much you grew. And I feel this may have been sort of a confirmation of that. So maybe this person reached out to you again and they said, I'm hearing as well that it was weird with this screenshot. So be careful, because this really may be like a snake, someone who like took screenshot of certain things that you said to them, or maybe if you sent something like. Side note: women don't want to see these things. Okay, I'm just saying, but. But anywho, just be careful, right? But I feel like this is past this collective, right? I'm hearing that this person reached out to you, and it was a sort of a sign from the universe for you to see that you didn't only grew, like in a sense of I was healing and now it's visible in my appearance, even like I grew, right? This what I was saying, this glow, but that you did things in the past that today you wouldn't do. That it's outdated. It's something that it no longer is. It no longer fits into your world, and because you had certain truths of life were revealed to you, I feel. And I was hearing with this passion that this masculine, you would now understand the difference between lust and passion. I talk about this all the time. I've done an episode about this. That's part of my Divine Masculine Masterclass on my YouTube. And I feel, like true men, I'm seeing a scene from my favorite show. I don't want to tell you about this because people usually don't know this show, which is Stargate, like show I watch literally every day. Obsessed with it, but I was seeing there's this scene when, Daniel Jackson is doing research and he's such a divine masculine. Oh my God, if all men were like Daniel Jackson, where would be a better place? A better place? So he's doing research in a library, and this woman who's actually assassin, but it doesn't matter. She's onto him, but she wants to seduce him and ask him to leave with her. And she's like, "Oh, I was thinking that we could go somewhere, and be together. And he's like in this very divine, masculine, classy men are so sexy. In this very classy way, he's like, I'm very flattered, thank you, right? But I'm not the most impulsive person. I don't do things like that. There's a reason it came to my mind. I feel like you've grew to a point that you understand this, that passion is different than lust, that these one night stands, for internet, online dating, snake people, who does this? I mean, people who do it, and women, I never understand, women who say that they seek for love and they seek for relationship. Who seek these things on Tinder? Who? Tell me who seeks true love? Classy, divine, healed people, they don't go to these applications. They just don't, because even if you will find 1 in a million person in there, most of it is so that you just leave in 2 hours. I feel like you would know this. This collective. I wanted to feel more, because I'm thinking, how are you feeling about this? Do you feel relieved, or do you feeling more of a self-forgiveness? Talking and grounding. This is good. So bad karma, talking and grounding. So you would be, because for a moment I was thinking that maybe you, abundance, yeah. For a moment I was thinking that maybe this person sent you this message, right? And you were either tempted to say yes, or you even thought to yourself, oh my God, how could I have been doing these things? I cannot believe this. I cannot forgive myself, right? It's so disgusting. But I feel you grew so much with this talking, grounding, that you would now feel, oh my God, that I used to do this. Look how much I grew. It actually, I feel like this thing would actually prove to you that you are such a better person right now. You would be proud of yourself, I feel. You would be proud of yourself that you now understand true passion. It's like with this talking, you're not interested in this, okay? You're interested in true passion and talking. Having someone that you can have a conversation with, having someone that will really see into your soul, care about the person you are. Okay, so we're good with this. Let's just move on, because I want to move on because we have 2 more cards. We have healing heart and we have rejection. I feel those were your focus areas. So rejection issue, rejection trauma, a bit of abandonment trauma. We all have that to a degree, and a healing heart. So I feel like in the month of October, you would really be focusing on realizing that you've been running away from certain things, that maybe you've been running away from healing your heart. Maybe there have been things in your heart that you've never healed from the past. And I'm hearing it may have been for some of you, not just a heartbreak from romantic relationships, but maybe some certain things that happened in childhood, certain grievances, certain disappointments that you've never truly healed. So the month of October would have been for you just to really heal your heart and understand how much you've been running away from yourself, from certain emotions, feelings, and instead of healing your heart, you've been overthinking. You've been in your head about certain things that you just needed to feel instead of think. Something also around, lack of self-esteem, rejection, and I feel like this everything that happened with what I described happened for a reason, to prove this dirty offer that this snake lady made to you, right? Maybe you even responded, you guys. I'm hearing there's a reason I've given you this Daniel Jackson example, because I'm hearing that you've matured to a point. Maybe in the past you would, if you didn't feel like it, you would just pass and ignore. And I feel like you may have responded, but in a very mature way, like really thank you for reaching out, like thank you for your offer, I had a good time as well, but I'm no longer interested in those kind of things. Bye, peace out, right? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because it shows maturity. It shows also that you're fighting your avoidance, that you're not just, it's nice. And I feel like this happened to prove to you how much you grew, how much you are healing your heart, how much you no longer play these games of who's rejecting, who's the rejectee, and, overthinking. It's nice. It's nice. I'm really liking it. I'm proud of you, this collective. All right, if that resonated, let's then